Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chris Simcox. I am a candidate for the U.S. Senate here in Arizona. Back when I was a school teacher, I used to address everyone as friends. Unfortunately, because of another person in politics using that here in Arizona, I can no longer do that. So I'll address everyone simply as my fellow citizens, ladies and gentlemen. I want to take a few minutes to thank you all for your support and to introduce myself to you in the new year. It's 2010. I'll be coming to you every day, if not every other day now, through my new video blog, whether it be from here in my home office, whether it be driving around the state campaigning. I'll bring that to you and bring you my insights and my thoughts about issues. It's time. It's the new year. It's time to get aggressive in this campaign. I'd like to talk about two of our Arizona blogs that seem to be at the center of the political universe here in my state of Arizona. Seeing Red AZ, as well as Sonoran Alliance, is another one. Both of those sites posted. Both of these blogs have been asking what's going on with J.D. Hayworth and what's going on with the McCain machine in Arizona as it pertains to the state party. Look, I'm a Republican. I'm registered as a Republican, but I'm a fiercely independent Republican, and I've never done much work for the party other than extolling the virtues of conservatism predicated on the Constitution. The Republican Party will be having its internal party elections, and now some of the political pundits and the other political interested journalists at some of our local newspapers are beginning to call and ask questions about the campaign. I just want to address my campaign, simcoxforsenate.com. I've been out there for 8-9 months now, campaigning hard across the state, grassroots campaigning the way that I see best. Many people in the media and others on blogs and in chat rooms are considering me to be a one-issue candidate. They most likely have not been to my campaign website and read about my other issues and my other passionate issues, which frankly have come from the people of Arizona. If I continue to talk about illegal immigration and border security, it's because the people of Arizona, the voters, want to talk about it. And they know that I will address the issue straightforward. My campaign is not about border security or illegal immigration or anti-establishment in that case, even though I am the anti-establishment, anti-status quo candidate. My campaign is about the Constitution, the rule of law, sovereignty, and finding America. Are we still a great nation? And do we still have the courage to take the necessary steps to fix the tough problems that we face in the future? I also want to take a minute to address this whole swirling rumor about J.D. Hayworth jumping into this race. Look, if he's going to, he should do it now. It's the new year. It's time to stop teasing the people. Stop playing with the electorate. Stop playing with our Senate seat. You either get into the race or you get out. It's as simple as that. Every time J.D. Hayworth wants to use his bully pulpit, his radio station, and use the airwaves to address issues, that's fine. But he's been teasing the people about jumping into this race. I've been in this race now for 8 months, 9 months, working hard all over the state. We have tremendous support. I don't appreciate people like Rasmussen and the Republican Party and even J.D. Hayworth playing with your vote, with your seat, because they haven't been honest with you. If they were honest about getting into this race, they would have done it before the new year. It's almost too late now. Another gentleman, Jim Deacon, has been out running hard as well. I don't necessarily know that much about Mr. Deacon, but he's out there running a grassroots campaign. He should be getting some attention, as well as anyone else who dares take on the top dog of the Republican establishment, who acts more like a Democrat than a conservative, a constitutional conservative. So for those of you who think this is a one-issue campaign, you couldn't be further from the truth. And if you think you know me, you don't. simcoxforsenate.com is the website. You need to go and read about the issues that I care deeply about, those issues which have come through me from the people of Arizona as I've been campaigning for 8 months. My issues and platform statements come from the people. That's who I'm applying for a job to represent in Washington, D.C. I take a much different approach to being a U.S. Senator, a much more classic approach. It's federalism, and the U.S. Senate's job is to protect the state's rights as well as our Constitution and hold the federal government accountable. We need that. That's what I offer in my candidacy for the U.S. Senate. So for those of you who think I'm going to drop out of this race if J.D. or anyone else gets into it, you're sorely wrong. I'm in this race to hold a mirror up to the establishment, to the party system, to hold a mirror up to those who want to sell you something, and then it's a bait and switch. I'll hold up the mirror to America. I'll let you decide. This is about the Constitution, the rule of law, sovereignty, and whether you want to elect the same retreads to misrepresent you and squander our tax dollars in Washington, D.C., or whether we want to give the government back to the people. In this case, take it back. A lot of the other speculation is that John McCain has raised so much money that it would be impossible to beat him. You know in your heart that can only be true if you allow them to buy your vote. See, John McCain's $23 million only means you're going to vote for him because he's so wealthy or he has so much money. It's not going to work that way. I predict right now that 40% of the electorate, were they to show up tomorrow to vote in this primary, 40% of them plus would rather vote for anyone else other than John McCain. The writing's on the wall. I consider 40% of the vote I'm sitting on right now. You can help me bring that to 50 to 55% and help us raise the money, the necessary money, being a fiscal conservative, to run a successful U.S. Senate campaign based on common sense, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the rule of law. I'm Chris Simcox. I appreciate you going to my website, simcoxforsenate.com, and sending this email to everyone else on your list, your Facebook, your Twitter, you name it. Help me get the message out. We, the people, can spread the word without even spending a dime on the mainstream, lamestream media. It's time to aggressively bring the message of liberty, freedom, constitutionality, and a we the people get it done attitude back to the U.S. federal government.